Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night. Where tonight on Top Split TV, we are coming to you for the first time from Oschersleben, round 12, season 31. Sunday Night Lights, the tail end, the final round of our first season in the Formula Fords. I'm Alex McKellar, and joining me as always is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, final big night of racing for the season, the first one in the Formula Fords.
That's right, Alex, and it all comes down to tonight. It's a big battle between Devantia and Sasaki for the title, and whoever comes out on top will be crowned champion. So, it's an exciting time here for the Formula Ford division.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Speaking of the Cowboys, Sam Devantia, he's car number one out there tonight as he heads out on his warm-up lap in the qualification round for this final qualification run for season 31 of SNL. Joining us as well is current series leader, champion-elect Hikaru Sasaki from Japan. Been dominating this season, and great to see that he's supporting it all the way through to the end. Fraser Smith, who I think got his first laps in while the others were doing their warm-up racing, expressed his enjoyment or his liking of this track, so I'd be interested to see how it races for him. Warwick Brown, one of the ANZ drivers who's joined us for the first time this season, making an impact. Put it on pole at Lime Rock. Looking to put in another strong performance here tonight. Vasco Sorosky, the head clown, of course. He's car number 5 here tonight. The ANZ driver leading the way. Just behind him as car number 6 will be his clown compatriot, Mr. Mark Lay from the Asia Club, of course. Just behind Mark will be Sean Carron, back once again, of course, teammates with Warwick Brown at Donate Life Sim Racing. Just behind Sean, newcomer last week in their fully yellow taxi cab livery. Oh no, it's yellow pages, I beg your pardon. Nick Armstrong. If I'm not mistaken, Nick was, I checked him out a little while ago, did some racing with him. He was pretty sure he does some dirt oval motorbikes of all things. So this season though, we've seen him a couple of times here in the Top Split on a Sunday night. Alex Hurte just behind him in terms of the seedings, joins us once again from Iberia. And Daniel Repetto, seen him a few times. Tonight he's car number 10, Corey.
That's right, Alex, and coming up as car number 11, the third and final clown in the race, Mr. Gregory Adams. It's great to see Gregory out there having a run for OzNZ. We get Ken Hyams from OzNZ, who is not currently on the track, but great to see Ken out there having a squirt. We've got Alan Barnett, car number 13 from OzNZ, and that's a nice looking car he's got there. Stalwart of SNL Racing, Mark Jeffrey from OzNZ, car number 14. Then from the UK and I, car number 15 is William Muir. And then wrapping up the field, we have another Sasaki out there in the field, Alex, representing Japan, and with a 500 I rating, car number 16 is Mandala Sasaki.
Yeah, 2 Sasakis in the field. Don't get it mixed up. One likely to be at the front, the other one not so much. Mark Jeffrey, I just wanted to point out, as you said, one of the stalwarts of SNL Racing, as is Ken Hyams, both getting a run in the Top Split tonight. Lesser populated servers this week because of it's the last race in the season. It's the nature of a new track. But Mark Jeffrey this season's had 2 wins in the lower splits already. So dare I say he's having a cracker of a season. And hopefully things continue well for him tonight. Hikaru Sasaki, after his first lap, drops down to 32.5. Not quite up to the pace we've seen from him this week here in quali. He may dip into the 31s, but we'll see. Time will tell. Sorosky, coming from nowhere, drops to 32.6 to provisionally sit on the front row, just ahead of the cowboy Sam Devantia with a 32.8. They're fairly cracking times. Of course, conditions notwithstanding, they'll drop into the 31s for the race. But a very technical track, this one, Corey. New to everyone, of course, so relatively level playing field from that perspective. But very tough to pass here, so qualification all important.
That's exactly right, Alex. And something I noticed as we are going through the driver list as well is that I'm pretty sure this is one of the European servers, because everyone who is not European having at least, in fact, everyone even with European servers is over 100 ping. And for those who don't know, ping is the amount of time it takes for the car to communicate with the server and then the server to bounce it back to everyone else. So a crazy time out there as far as ping is concerned for all of our drivers. And we might see a little bit of netcode out there.
Yeah, quite possibly, mate. Sasaki not quite getting into the 31s, but he did drop down a 32-1 as Warwick Brown finishes his second lap with a 32-5. Sean Carron, his teammate, just behind him with a 32-6. Nick Armstrong, I think he's done his 2 laps, and I'll tell you, Devantier, Brown and Carron had a lot of trouble dispatching Armstrong in the warm-up race. His defensive driving was on point, but they won't have to worry this time because it looks like they might have qualified in front of him. Now, coming around to the back end of the circuit now is Fraser Smith. He's heading up the big back straight. Comes into these last real momentum areas of the circuit. There's this very fast shell curve chicane through 11 and 12 down to 13 now. These are really all about momentum. This one's a bit of a later apex here for the second one. You really want to get on the gas as early as possible because you've got the longest straight and probably the only passing opportunity at the end of it. There is Fraser Smith drops it up to P3 on his first outing here this week, Corey.
That's right, Alex. I'm pretty sure just about everyone who is going to get a lap in has gotten their laps in. We're just waiting on William Muir, who is on his second lap. His first lap has been abandoned and did not count. And Mark Jeffrey, who is stuck on the side of the track, so he's only got the 1 lap in the books. But Muir coming around the final corner right now. Let's see what he can put in for his one and only timed lap here. And it is going to be
not counted.
Error 404 not found.
Yeah, that's right. Now the top half of the field ish separated by less than a second. Top 8 under a second. Hurte just beyond that, 1.5 for Repetto, and after that it gets a bit sketchy. I imagine there'll be at least 2 races going on in this one, a single split of course to round out the season, as Jeffo just sitting there in the background. He's just waiting for the timer to say end of the session. There he goes, he pops it out and he's away. William Muir just getting a few more practice laps in. I don't know that no, there you go. That's the end of the session. So we might just go straight to the grid for the final round here at Oschersleben. Round 12, season 31 Sunday Night Lights. The familiar side of Hikaru Sasaki from Japan sitting on pole with a 32-1. Just behind him there, Swarovski's dropped in a great lap to be only a 10th off the ANZ and Team Clown's head clown, starting from second. Starting on the second row tonight, out of third will be Fraser Smith, Muke and I, alongside him, the Cowboy for Speedy Snails. Sam Devantier, Warwick Brown for Donate Life Sim Racing. Sorry, our team names don't seem to be coming up tonight. He starts out of 5th anyway, does Warwick, and his teammate alongside him for ANZ and Donate Life Sim Racing. Sean Carron starts out of 6th. Nick Armstrong, the ANZ driver, starting out of 7th. The other clown, one of the other clowns in the field, Mark Lay, starts out of 8th. Out of 9th tonight will be Alex Hurte from Iberia, Daniel Repetto from Iberia out of 10th. Final clown in the field, Greg Adams, starts out of 11th alongside him. Captain Stalwart, Mark Jeffrey, starts out of 12th. Going over the page, 13th off the grid tonight will be Alan Barnett on debut. Ken Hyams, the second of the 2 stalwarts in the field. Team Stalwarts, there you go, there's an idea. Ken Hyams out of 14th. William Muir on debut out of 15th. And Mandala Sasaki similarly on debut out of 16th. And the final starter on the grid, Corey. You might be on mute, mate, but there you go. You're back.
Yeah, just in time. The voice chat in the race channel was a little bit loud there. It's just some of the faster drivers reminding the two guys at the back that there is a championship on the line here, as everyone has now made their way onto the grid. You can hear already some of the revs starting to rise, mostly from Sorosky, as we are off and racing for the final time here for season 31 Sunday Night Lights. As Fred Flagmaster vigorously waves his flag over the field, they've all cleared him already into turn one. It's almost side by side for Sasaki and Sorosky, but Sasaki taking the advantage into that first chicane, Alex, and he will probably just walk away from here because that's just how much pace he has around this track this week.
Yeah, side by side, the Donate Life boys went through turns 1 and 2. That gave Armstrong the chance to have a look. They may regret that. Armstrong will be looking to go around the outside at 3. But it looks like Karen will hold him off potentially as they run up to turn 4 side by side. Still they go. This unique set of 3 left-handers. It's actually called the triple, if I'm not mistaken. Comes now. Armstrong gets the inside. It'll be Karen going the long way round and using the full extent of the camber. Armstrong gets it done in a very unusual location for this track. You will not see that too often. It took him about 4 corners to get it done, but get it done he did. Armstrong through on Karen, Corey.
Yeah, that was an incredible little move there. I don't think I've seen anyone get around the outside of 4, 5, and 6 like that. But, you know, he got it done. He's now up there in P6, and he'll be looking to chase down Brown, who was in 5th. As I think there's a little bit of action going on towards the back with Repetto.
Yeah, Repetto's gone. Adams went with him, I think, crawling around behind. And in the meantime, we did see Smith get it done on Sorosky through the second chicane there at Shell Curve, if I'm not mistaken. I might go and grab another look at that if I can find it. We might grab the accident as well in a minute. I want to see if I can find... Where was it? Yeah, there it is. Let's have a look at this overtake. You can see they're coming up into the faster of the 2 chicanes. Sorosky makes room. They were side by side. Certainly, it looked quite a bit like Smith might have had it done on the exit of the previous corner to set it up as they come through turns 1 and 2. Now, the other thing we saw was a bit of a bingle. Greg Adams going off track. Did he do it on his own? Yes, he did it on his own. And then how's the rejoin? Oh, that's unfortunate. I know that's not Greg's go. He'll be disappointed with that. Perhaps a little bit unfamiliar with the track and how it shapes up there. Unfortunate one for Adams on his return to the main game here on a Sunday night, Corey.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. I just heard on the radio that Greg, once he got onto the grass, he just had no control. He was trying to slow up the car to stop it from just spearing back onto the track. But unfortunately, these cars don't tend to stop too well on the grass. But as we're coming through the Zeppelin curve for the second time in this race, I love that corner name. Sasaki still leading the way, but only by 0.6 of a second over Fraser Smith. Sorosky and Devanti are still in this fight as well. In fact, we got... I'd say top 5 all in this battle for what would be considered the lead.
Oof.
And just in the back, as Greg Adams just coming out onto the track from his pit, just about right with the front pack there, Alex.
Oh, Devantia makes the move up the inside of Sorosky into 3. Perhaps Greg's Adams' re-entry has caught them all by surprise, not least of which I'm sure Greg was caught by surprise by the cars coming through. Sorosky forced to cede the corner then to the Cowboy. I want to see if I can get another replay of that because that looks fairly good. So it would have been the exit out of 2, and once again Sorosky cedes the corner, and the 4 car of Warwick Brown having to get out of it as well because Sorosky made room for Devantia. Devantia maximising the use of the run that he had to make. Look, I thought all the passes were going to happen in turn 1, which is very difficult, but so far none of them have happened there. So what do I know, Corey? These guys are making it up as they go along.
Yeah, indeed they are, Alex. And I also just noticed Nick Armstrong has clawed his way back onto the back of this pack. He was falling a little bit behind Brown, but he's, I think because of that distraction in turn 2, it's caught up to the back of Brown, and Brown's going to try and go for an overtake here on Soroski. He's looking to take the outside in turn 1, which would give him the inside for turn 2. So let's see how he goes. Yep, there it is, straight down the inside. And it looks like Brown is going to get that one done, and with Soroski getting a little bit loose there as well in turn 2, Alex.
Yeah, it seems to be the way to get it done. You get the tighter exit if you can get the run and take the outside through 1 to give you the inside through 2, as we just saw expertly executed there by Brown. That warm-up race starting to pay dividends. And here I was, like I said, seeing... thinking that it'd be a one corner overtaking track, and yet we've seen 3 or 4 overtakes each at a different corner. The one that I expected to get done finally occurring there with Soroski being taken by Brown. And unfortunately, it's been a Soroski overtaking clinic tonight, Corey. They all just seem to want to get by him, and unfortunately Vasco, after such a great qualifying, he's dropped a couple, but there's still plenty of time as we're on lap 4 of 13 here tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. It should be about a 13-lap race here, especially with the pace that we've got going right now. And surprisingly, Fraser Smith with the fastest lap of the race, a 32.327. And I think Sasaki has been taking some liberties with track limits as off into the weeds was Fraser Smith that time coming out of the Zeppelin curve. But I think Sasaki has not been playing too nicely with track limits. His fastest time at the moment, officially, is a 1:33.140. So he's been really pushing the envelope here, just trying to extend this gap as much as he can. As Devantia in turn 2 makes the move up into second place, Alex.
Yeah, there you go. I was too busy looking at times. Let's go take a look at that overtake. As they come out of the exit. Oh, Smith must have just gone too deep. And through goes Devantia, no problems at all. Easy as you like. Second move tonight made at turn 1, 2. And these guys now hammer and tong straight at it. As you say, Sasaki must have picked up a 1x because his previous lap was a 32.2. Not yet into the magic 31, so I suspect track conditions might play a bit of a part in that. But at the moment, Sasaki out on his own. Devantia now, I think... between he and Smith have probably got the best chance of catching Sasaki, if it is possible indeed. Now Smith behind Devantia. Cowboy, I think, has got some good legs here. It's just whether or not he gets to use them, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. And I just saw a couple of guys just theorizing in the chat about where the championship would fall if Sam was to win and Sasaki was to come second. Coming into this race, it's a 15-point gap between our 2 leaders. So, and it's all 8 weeks counted. So it'll depend on their drop rounds as to which one is going to take out the championship. I'm pretty sure Sasaki is going to have it wrapped up unless he has a horrifying race here, Alex, and finishes outside of the points.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I think Sasaki may well have it stitched up. Like, I'm no mathematician here. Drop rounds always confuse me, much like time zones. But as we see side by side in the background, Soroski's been overtaken again. It's a Soroski overtake-a-thon as Nick Armstrong this time gets it done. Let's go take a look at that move made by Armstrong. Again, it's on the exit of turn 2. Down they come. Soroski's got the inside to turn 3. But Armstrong, again, the camber's on the inside. It's on the favour of Soroski, but Armstrong squeezes him around the apex, gets the better drive out, keeps it flat to the floor and gets the move done, Corey.
Oh, that's an incredible move. Around the outside there is not easy to do at all. But these guys are showing us that they're definitely able to get it done in places that we wouldn't think that they can get it done. And this just goes to speak to the skill of the drivers that we have on display here. But what that has also done, Alex, is Sasaki's run away with this, so he's not looking likely of being headed anytime soon. But second, third, and fourth have also broken away from Armstrong and Soroski here. So we're starting to get a little bit of pockets of excitement going on as we start lap number 7.
Yeah, that's it, mate. About halfway through, starting the second half of the race now. We still got, oh, very deep goes Smith. Pulls it up well, but that'll leave the room on the inside potentially for Brown to go underneath him. But no, he kept it tight enough to thwart the attacks, I should say, of Warwick Brown behind him. Nick Armstrong now defending still from Swarovski. Nick Armstrong knows how to defend around here. We saw that in the warm-up race. Smith, so now eyes forward on Devantia. Devantia looking to chase down Sasaki, but Sasaki is indeed into the 31s with a 31.8 clean last lap round. And dare I say, off to the races. He's cleared out. Our champion-elect looks like we'll have a second ever Japanese title holder for the Sunday Night Lights Cup, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. As I said, the only way that Sasaki is going to lose it from here is if he catches up to the lap traffic, and they play a big part in this, because I don't think Sasaki is going to make a mistake here all on his own. But I'm keeping an eye on this battle for second, third, and fourth. These guys are fighting tooth and nail. There's no moves being made, but you can just tell the intensity in just that little group of three starting to pick up a little bit here as we're in the second half of the race.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Similarly, Armstrong and Swarovski. The yellow pages and the yellow and blue liveried clown car. Leading the way for the clowns here tonight is Swarovski, but he started on the front row, just been shuffled back a little bit by the somewhat aggressive moves at times, but all clean, to be fair. Just hard racing as once again Brown looking to show the nose up the inside. Takes a slightly different line through there to Smith, to Brown, and potentially some of the others here, but it's nice and tight. And leaves no room for the trailing Brown to try and poke his nose up the inside to get a leg up in terms of his attempts to get by. But this time the Cowboy still with Smith right all over his tailpipe as we go through the triple once again. This beautiful, it's almost like a single corner, but it's a triple apex. You often hear about a double apex corner, but a triple if you don't mind. As now they exit through the hairpin at the end of that at turn 7, then through this quite, again, so many unique corners. That is such a unique chicane here at Oschersleben, and then down to the shell curve here under the bridge. And again, once you get into this latter half of the track, it's all about momentum. Very little opportunity, no threshold braking involved, so the overtakes are really about pressure to pass. We often talk about it, Corey, where the tracks are single line, single file kind of things. You really got to pressure the guy in front into making a mistake in order to manufacture something for yourself by way of an overtake.
That's right, Alex. And the way you can do that is by just jotting it out every now and then from the mirrors, as we see Brown doing right now to Fraser Smith. In fact, he's going for the move here in turn 1. He's got Fraser Smith cleared, and he's got the move done in turn 1, Alex.
Yeah.
So we're starting to move back around the track as far as where the overtakes are happening.
Yeah, beautiful. I thought it'd be in turn 1, turn 2, and that's where it happened. I was going to grab that, try and grab it on live. Let's go take a look at that overtake once again, and we'll hop on board. Let's grab the overtake here.
Oh, Fraser Smith with the fight back, Alex. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, mate.
He tried to get up on the inside at the start of the triple.
Yeah, right. I'll have a look at that in a sec. Nah, that didn't work either. Anyway, let's go back to live pictures and see what we can get done here. Smith still on the tail end of Brown, as you say, fighting half of that position. Meanwhile, the Cowboy Sam Devantia, not yet able to get clear, and you can just see the green car, number 2, Sasaki, running away with it, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. As I said, the only way Sasaki is going to falter here is if lap traffic plays a part, especially if he catches them in one of those really hard to pass kind of places. So we'll see how that unfolds for him. But this battling in the second group here, this is really starting to draw Armstrong and Swarovski back into this battle. So we could start seeing a 5-car battle here for the podium positions, Alex.
Yeah, that's it, mate. They're all good. I thought they might have a crack there. Now it's Brown who's saying, oh, look at the tight line that Armstrong took there. Brilliant stuff. These guys are really mixing up their lines, really taking it to each other through these corners, trying different things at this new circuit, trying to find out what works in the different situations. They're all still learning, Corey. It's the first time we've been here. Won't necessarily be the last, although judging by participation, it might be the first and last for some of these guys. You never know. But the racing here is certainly intense. It reminds me a little bit of the intensity you get at Oran Park. Some of those other single line tracks where, as we say, pressure to pass is the order of the day, and these guys applying all sorts of pressure as they come up to lap traffic. What's that? Car 16. That's Sasaki, the second Sasaki in the field. Hopefully getting out of the way as they come down into turn 3. No, they're not, sorry. They're not into turn 3. They're into the chicane at the back, and they managed to navigate that successfully through the exit of the shell curve and then into this fast-flowing final sector. Oh, Smith getting all sorts of loose. Armstrong will be getting interested in that. Gee, he held that well. The rear of the car really looking very loose there. A lot of the enjoyment in these cars is sometimes how loose you got to drive them, Corey.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Alex. And as a dirt racer, I really do love the way that you got to drive these cars. As Fraser Smith now looking to the inside of Brown in turn 1. It's going to put him on the outside here for turn 2. But if he can hold it there on the outside of Brown, which it looks like he doesn't, then Armstrong is going to come up and he takes the position with authority there as they catch up to another lap car. But they're still side by side as they come into turn 3. Sorosky now with the advantage on the inside of Armstrong. But he couldn't quite get the drive, and he's going to slot back in there, back into the 6th position, Alex.
It's literally sleight of hand of a magician here, shuffling decks before he bamboozles you with the card trick of the night. These guys inside, outside, side by side, looking to take advantage where, here's the thing too, right? You've got to think about attacking, and we talk about attacking to defend. In your attack, where you're trying to move forward, you leave the door open for someone else to attack you. You've got to, oh look, fascinating stuff through the opening sector here. Side by side they go once again into shell curve, and this time Smith gets it positioned like he did with Sorosky. This time though, Brown with the staunch defense. Armstrong starts coming through and showing interest side by side on the exit as they continue through the penultimate corner on the outside. Whoa, he hangs on to it. And oh, that was always good. Oh, and the 3 of them. That's it. The clown car goes spewing off to the side. Unfortunately, I thought they might have got away with that. But unfortunately, it's all come a cropper. As, oh, mate, that was interesting. And then we see the other car in, is it Karen? Yes, going through on Armstrong. What a series of events, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. I didn't think that was going to end in that kind of a disaster. But unfortunately, Sorosky all the way back down in 9th now after that little stoush. It looks like he is still on the track, though, so no pit stop there required yet. Although we'll have to wait and see what happens to him when he comes back around next time. But that has definitely opened up the gap here a little bit for Devantia in 2nd, who is pulled out a gap over Brown now. And Brown and Karan, they're sitting in 3rd and 4th. And they've just been the dark horses ever since they started coming into these races, Alex. They don't generally qualify too well, although Brown has been the more notable qualifier out of the 2 of them. But they just seem to find their way up towards the front of all of these races that they've participated in.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Some strong racing in that sequence there. I'm going to see if I can go back and find where it all started, because it all went, here we go. It was all side by side. A little bit of contact there, Brown and Smith, and Armstrong goes underneath, and they're side by side up on the run to 3 as they get past the lap car. That would have been very distracting. Smith comes back underneath. Sorosky, they were side by side for the better part of a lap, these guys, and they all got it settled briefly. Now, I'm wondering, yeah, we continue on this lap. This is where it all unfolded. Remember, it was the lap 11, so it's really the business end of this 13-lap race. And as they came out, it was the exit of this next one where it all started to happen. As you see, Smith gets a great run on Brown, and then Armstrong coming tight on the exit there. This is where Smith wants to get it done. He did it on Sorosky here. Brown makes half a move to the right, but not enough as Smith continues through, gets the position, but side by side they went And a little bit of whoopsie there from Smith, and Armstrong coming underneath. Brown defends. And it was Smith who was a little bit offline, and then between him and Armstrong on the side there, and then Armstrong trying to keep the boot into it. Comes back on kind of okay, but probably not enough control, and then the three of them. That's all she wrote. All right, let's get back to the action because I think we're getting pretty close to it. Lap 13. It is, I think, close to, if not the final lap. As the seconds count down,
it is
Sasaki.
the final lap.
There we go, Sasaki. He's got it done. The final lap of the race, the checkered flag comes out for the final time. Sasaki is your champion. Second place behind him will be Sam Devantier, who is second also in the championship, and Warwick Brown picks up a well-deserved podium. But it's Sasaki who's been the dominant force throughout this season, Corey. He's come out, he's won it again tonight, and he's taken home all the chocolates. The Cup, SNL, I think the officials as well. There'll only ever be one first up winner of the Formula Ford season here on SNL and in official standings, and it's Hikaru Sasaki. Omedetou gozaimasu, Sasaki-san. Well done.
Absolute record-setting pace there as well from Sasaki. Puts in the fastest lap of a 31.775 overall, but that's not the point. He's the first winner of the Formula Fords in iRacing history, and no one can ever take that away. He's the first winner in the Sunday Night Lights Formula Ford history. No one will ever be able to take that away from him either. And he's done it with absolute style, speed, and control the entire time, Alex. I think we only ever seen him make one mistake this whole season. And the rest of the races, he just absolutely stitched together to perfection to take out his first SNL crown.
Yeah, amazing stuff. The only thing I reckon I saw him come undone was Magnacore, where he picked up the slowdown on the last corner, and it's about 10 meters to the line, and he couldn't clear it, and so dropped a bunch of positions. But Hikaru Sasaki, he's had a fantastic season. Well and truly been the standout performer of the season. Otsukare samadeshita. Well done, sir. Well played. Thank you for your efforts. Top performances. I think all our drivers now have pretty much rounded out. We might go and take a look at our final race standings for this race 12, round 12 of season 31 of Sunday Night Lights. First time from Oschersleben. Hikaru Sasaki once again takes it out, and I don't know what's going on with the overlays, but we haven't got the team names. All right, we'll fix it up for next time. Sasaki-san takes it out. Team NRS. The Japanese driver becomes only the second Japanese driver in our 31 season history to take out the top prize. Sam Devantier, his chief sparring partner this season, the cowboy for Speedy Snails, has finished in second position. Warwick Brown for Donate Life Sim Racing has pulled up third, just ahead of his teammate Sean Carron in fourth. Fraser Smith threw everything at all of them, and he's held on for a top 5 position ahead of ANZ's Nick Armstrong. Alex Hurte from Iberia, the Spaniard, finishing in 7th, just ahead of the leading clown contender here tonight, Mark Lay in P8. His head clown teammate, Vasco Sorosky, all bumped and bruised, started on the front row, finishes all the way down in 9th, just ahead of SNL stalwarts, I should say, Mark Jeffrey in 10th. Top 10 finish in the top split here on a Sunday night. Congratulations to Mark. Ken Hyams, his stalwart companion, representing the ANZ club these days. Ken Hyams finishing in 11th. Alan Barnett on debut, rounding out the SNL points in 12th. Daniel Repetto from Iberia, he's finished in 13th, ahead of the final clown car in Greg Adams, who's finished 14th. Mandala Sasaki, no relation, I don't think, from Japan. On debuts, finished in 15th, ahead of the other debutant, William Muir, in 16th. Corey, that's how they ran in the final, or how they finished in the final of the season. Certainly, I thought this track offered a lot more than perhaps folks might have been expecting.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. There was a lot of action in places that we thought were going to be just single file processionals. So it's great to see them out there having a crack. And Sasaki, a well-deserved winner. He took the pole, he led the whole way, and he was never headed. And the battle from second through to P6 was just incredible the entire race. Those guys put it on the line every single lap, and it was just incredible to sit here and watch it. They were just amazing in the way that they were able to make overtakes in places where we definitely wouldn't have expected to see overtakes being made.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's new track, new folks checking it out, finding their way around and doing a pretty bang up job in the process. Now, we might grab a few of our drivers for a chat as we wind this one out for the season. We'll bring up the Cowboys, Sam Devantia. Not able to quite grab the chocolates here tonight, mate, but strong performance nonetheless, eh?
Yeah, well done to Zaki. He drove a season from the start. Congrats to him. He drove it all season long. No mistakes. I also had my ups and downs, but yeah, he had the pace. He pulled away after Fraser's little off track, and yeah, he like I learned at the top of this car this season. I do take a championship away in the club, and their club title, but not the one I wanted. But you come and you lose some. Hey, I can't complain. So yeah, congrats to
Nah,
Zaki again.
that's it, mate. Well done. Good driving this season, mate. You're competitive throughout. Came away with some great results, obviously, to get yourself right up there in the championship hunt. And finishing second in the SNL series. You averaged over 5K here once again in terms of strength of field. So certainly the strongest Formula 4 drivers around. So right up there with the best of them, mate. Congratulations on a fantastic season. Only one step better, mate. That's what we got ahead of us. That's all I'm saying. So putting it out there, mate. We'll need a return from the Cowboy.
Yeah, we're trying to get next season. Better schedule it next season. So that's pretty good. Good traps next season, but yeah. I just couldn't get it tonight. I had bad qualifying, and yeah, but I had the pace, but yeah, you win some, you lose some, but yeah.
Yeah, that's
Try
it,
again
mate.
next season.
That's it, mate. Well, congratulations on a fantastic season. Great result. One step more to go, mate. Hopefully it's next season. But for now, at the end of this one, anyone you'd like to say g'day or thank before we let you go?
Honestly, I think everyone needs a shout out thing because we switched from the Skippy to this Formula Ford. I know some didn't join over, which that's their choice, but we joined the Formula Ford category now, and the race has been pretty fun. So I recommend giving it a try. Better schedule next season. We got Belle Isle next season, so yeah, just shout out to Adam Miles and the Formula 4 community doing the schedule votes.
Absolutely. Thanks, mate. All the best, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yep, see ya.
Yeah, Corey Sam Devantia, the Cowboy for Speedy Snails, had a top season. Finished second behind the dominant Sasaki, and sounds like he wants more.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. You could hear that slight little bit of disappointment in his voice. I mean, of course, he is happy to take out club honours for the first season of Formula Fords here on iRacing, but you know, he really wanted to take home that championship. We haven't had an Australian champion in a very long time, so hopefully next season we see Sam come back bigger and better than ever, and hopefully he's once again well within that title fight.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Looking forward to it, and hopefully it takes it to him. It'd be great to have another ANZ champion on the top step. Now, we'll grab our other podium getter here tonight, Mr. Warwick Brown. Mate, surprising little track. Good bit of racing out there. Looked pretty intense.
Oh, it was very intense. What a track. All week it looked super hard to pass. Just thought it was going to be a train. Oh, wow. It was super intense. Congrats to Sasaki. Great championship win. Untouchable. What a legend. Commiserations to Sam. Always putting his best forward. Great representative for the community. Lucky to have him. Thanks to Vasco, Fraser and Nick. We had a great ding-dong battle. The whole race, amazing. Thank you guys. What a season. And I only did a bit of it. Wow.
Yeah, that's it, mate. So plenty more to come, hopefully, for your next season. I know when we spoke originally, you said tend to move around a bit, but hopefully we've done enough to see you back next season. But can I just say congratulations. I thought the racing out there tonight was very well representative. Surprising, in fact, because I too expected a bit of a freight train around here, but to see the guys throwing at it hammer and tong was a testament to the skill on display. And at a new track to keep it so clean throughout the vast majority of it. And yeah, it was great display. So thank you to you and the drivers out there, mate. It was good stuff. Anyone else you'd like to give a shout out to tonight before we let you go?
I'm going to shout out to both you, Alex and Corey, for putting it all on for the season. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, beautiful,
and
mate.
Thank you to the community. You guys are awesome. I only met most of you this season, and everyone's been fantastic. You guys rock.
Excellent. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. And your participation out there is very welcome. And hopefully we get to see it soon. All right, mate. Thanks again for the season. We'll talk to you soon.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, Corey, Warwick Brown, only joined us for midway through, but hopefully he'll become one of the regulars, as he certainly knows how to handle one of these and puts on a good show.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. And he definitely looks like he's having fun out there. You could hear him in the interview. He come home P3. He's happy, and he's got so much pace. And I reckon if he does stick around for a whole season of racing, he's going to be right up there in the points. Because as we said, he was only on a very limited schedule coming into this. He's only got 4 rounds counted, and he was P17 in points coming into this race. So we'll very likely see him on the up and up if he does stick around for a whole season next season.
Yeah, that's it, mate. He'll be right in there, right in the mix. Speaking of in the mix, he was in it all night. Mr. Fraser Smith, who I think, if I'm not mistaken, only did his first laps about an hour or so ago, but certainly came out swinging. Mate, she was quite surprising in terms of the action out there.
Yeah. I mean, literally every week, I don't drive the car until Sunday morning usually, so it's always that way. But I think it's quite fun like that, to be fair. But yeah, I don't know if you saw, but I gave Sam the place really early on because I thought I might as well let him see if he can catch, or, whatever. And I was going to just wait behind until the end. But then coming down the straight, Warwick was right behind, and I'm there. If I had have passed Sam, it was a bit risky. But because I didn't, because I lifted on the straight, obviously Warwick passed me, and then couldn't do much more.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Look, again, the racing out there looked intense, and that's always a lot of fun. But so got a lot of surprises here tonight in terms of. I only expected one corner to be overtaken, but you guys were throwing it around everywhere. So congratulations to you guys, really putting yourselves on the line there for the race and for the audience. It was much appreciated, mate. But thanks for. I think we were on again, off again most of the season, but it was great to see you out there, mate. Any thoughts to wrap us up for the season?
Yeah, it's been really fun. Every time I'm at home on a Sunday, I'll make a point of doing this. But yeah, I've had quite a bit of work over weekends lately, so been travelling and whatnot. So next season, I hope I can at least get 8 or 10 rounds in. I don't know what you count, but
yeah, beautiful. We count 8 of them. So if you can get 8 of your best in, mate, you'll be doing well. But congratulations on the running this season, mate. Great to have you out there. And hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Definitely will. Thanks.
Yeah, Corey Fraser Smith, who when work doesn't keep him away, certainly comes out to party, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely, Alex. He's another one who just has immense pace. He's only had 6 races count, including this one for the season. 5 coming into it, and he was sitting 13th in points before the race. So, he's just another one that, he's got so much pace. He's always at the front. He's always battling for a win or a podium. And, if he can manage to do the majority of the season, the 8 rounds that we count, and, finish pretty well in all of them, which I expect him to do, then he's going to be another one that's going to be a real force for the championship next season.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Well, final for the race, final for the night, final for the season. Head clown himself, who dropped it on the front row. And then it seemed to me like, I think I said it was a Vasco or a Swarovski overtakeathon out there, mate. It didn't really go in the right direction there for too long anyway, mate.
Evening, guys. I think that one sums up our season altogether. The girls have put the heater on a billion degrees, and I think I was sweating after qualifying, and mate, totally fell asleep the whole way, and then just everyone just drove around me. So something to work on, the rest of it. But anyway, it's just the way that we ran this season. So it's still fun. It's all good. Congrats to Sasaki, who, mate, stellar championship this year. He was dominant and a half, and Sam that kept him going all the way to the very end. So, and all the other drivers and you guys for a terrific first season of Formula Ford. I don't know. I reckon even this track showed that there's plenty of action in these things.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I couldn't agree more. I've said it a few times. I was really pleasantly surprised at how this one raced. I thought it would be a challenge on single lines, and you guys went out and showed me wrong, that's for sure. So, well done, mate. Congratulations. Really appreciate the support throughout the season, and hopefully bigger and better things to come as we eye off next season already. But before we let you go, mate, anyone you'd like to say good day to or thank?
Obviously, you guys for everything you always do. All the other drivers for putting on a great season, because there was some great racing throughout it. Regardless of sometimes quiet tracks like this one this week and stuff like that, but they all come out on the Sunday and they all race hard. The boys, as always, all the other clowns, and pretty much everyone involved in all they do. And if I'm not mistaken, even Adam, I think, signed up the Skippy title. So big congrats to him as well. So
yeah, well done. All right, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Great to see you out there. Look forward to chatting to you again soon.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Cheers, mate. All right, Corey, that's about it. That's all she wrote for season 31 of Sunday Night Lights. We came, we saw, we conquered, kind of. It was quite a mega start, ups and downs throughout the season, but the racing was what shone through in the end.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. The racing action has been on point every single track we went to, and no matter the participation level throughout the week and throughout the night themselves, the racing action that the drivers have put on has been immense and exciting each and every single time they've hit the track. And we can't thank them enough, because without them showing up, there is no broadcast, there is no Sunday Night Lights. So again, thank you to the entire community for getting around us, especially with the switch from Skippies over to Formula Fords. It was an unknown but exciting time, and I can't wait to see what these guys do next season. Now that we've got that little bit of experience under our belts with these cars, I'm sure we'll start seeing the times drop on many of the tracks, Alex.
Yeah, that's it, mate. But that'll about do us for season 31. You got anything going on in the coming week that you want to let folks know about, mate?
So tomorrow I'm actually recording a iRacing video, and that'll come out just in time for week 13. So make sure you guys keep an eye on my YouTube, Corey Has No Life, for that one. On Wednesday, it is the start of the playoffs for the Output Racing League, and you'll be able to catch all that action on the Aussie Sim Commentator Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Aussie_Sim_commentator. Kick the playoffs off with 35 laps of the Sonoma Raceway, which will be pretty exciting. There's a bit of a difficult track with low grip, and that's actually coming just after the update for the new season. So there could be a little bit of shenanigans with maybe some of the track changes as far as physics go. And then apart from that, Alex, it's just checking out the new Dirt Oval stuff for me, because they've changed the tracks up a little bit. The tracks are going to be a little bit rougher to drive, and I am all excited for that one.
Yeah, nice one. Incremental advancements, always what we like to see. But folks, I'll echo Corey's comments and say thank you very much to everyone, both on track and off, for your support this season. The move to the Formula Fords has been a positive one. Hopefully that'll continue and continue to grow. Average of 5,000 or more in the strength of field each week was fantastic to see, and just talks to the community around these low-powered open wheelers, which, once again, the support is much appreciated. Make sure you hit us up on all the places, likes, thumbs up, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. It really does help us get the great word out, or the word out about this great little series. But for now, folks, thank you so much for joining us throughout the season. On behalf of the chaotic one, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar. And until next time and next season, I'll say ciao for now.